Good evening, everybody. Let me just say thank you all for being here today. And let me also thank you for singing really loud at the beginning of this thing, because had I been standing up here by myself, it would not have been a joyful noise. So we do appreciate that. Let me introduce myself. I'm Randall Wallace. I am a city councilman in Myrtle Beach. And I am running for the 7th Congressional District for a simple reason. It's my home. While I was born and raised here in Myrtle Beach, and have served for the last 10 years on the city council here, and am no stranger to Georgetown County. My entire family is from Hartsville, South Carolina, in Darlington County, in Marlboro, Chesterfield, and part of Florence. And so I understand the diversity that this district is going to have in it. We've got a lot of real important issues that we're going to be facing here that we've been working on here on the coast, from I-73 to dredging the Georgetown port. But also, we've got to have a congressman that understands that in Chesterfield County, where they've had fire rates go up from $600 a year to $1,800 a year, that's just as important to those folks. And we're going to be somebody that represents them as well. It's a different world in certain parts of this district than it is in the world that we live in. But we need to work very hard to bring economic development to the area. And I think we do that by playing on the strengths of each one of our counties, whether it's Florence County, who has got 2 huge medical systems, and that's the kind of economic development and things that they want to work on, or dredging the Georgetown port to not only bring new industry to Georgetown, but to protect the steel and the paper mill and the gypsum plant. We've got to do those kind of things. We also need to realize that on a national level, we're a country that has, I think, 3 crises that we have to face. One is an out-of-control spending crisis, as you have heard tonight. One's a jobs crisis, and one's a crisis of spirit in this country. I put together, and it's on my website, certain things that I want to push for in Congress if I have the opportunity to go. They are simply a group called Strong America Now has put together a waste reduction program. Right now, we're spending $1.3 trillion more dollars than we take in. That's unsustainable. We're borrowing 41 cents out of every dollar. The first thing I'd like to do is take the Strong America Now plan and put that across the board in the federal government and see if we can't find what they think and estimate is $500 billion of waste across the board. That's things that you don't have to cut out of programs that you really need on a federal level. I also believe that we need to address entitlements. And the one thing that I will say is just like you said, we've got huge unfunded mandates or liabilities coming from these programs. My grandmother, who was 94 years old, passed away on December 7th. She had been in a nursing home for about 11 years. During that period of time, her Social Security paid for nursing care. So the one thing that I want to say to you is, if I go to Congress, I'm going to honor and work to honor the commitments that have been made to those of you who are now getting your entitlement, whether it's Social Security or Medicare, or about to do it. But we need to look at changing that program. So don't let people, the Democrats, demagogue what we want to do. We're going to honor those commitments to seniors, but make them solvent for my generation at 41, or your kids, or your grandkids, so that those programs are there, or something like them, when it's time for them to be of that age.